We're now on George Street, right outside the Queen Victoria building. So this is the new light rail. Welcome to another video and welcome to Sydney, Australia. And it's Friday the 31st of March 2023. Join us for this walk. We're going to start off at the Pitt Street pedestrianised area in the centre of the city, and we're going to walk down George Street all the way down to Circular Quay. Come and join us. So it's a beautiful day in Sydney today. Not a cloud in the sky. Looking up there at the AMP Tower, Centrepoint Tower. And we're going to start by walking through the pedestrianised area here on Pitt Street. Plenty of people around. Time now is 1:14 p.m. Temperature about 23 Celsius. It's quite pleasant in Sydney today. Plenty of shops around here. So this is in the centre of the city. Right below the Centrepoint Tower. To the right we've got the Sydney Arcade. That eventually comes out on George Street. Over on the left hand side we've got H&M. JB Hi-Fi. In a while since I've been in a JB Hi-Fi. We've got the Strand over here, built in 1891. Strand is a shopping centre. And it's certainly bustling today in Sydney. And the architecture here is still spectacular. This building's 1886. So let's continue heading south on Pitt Street. So this is the Mid-City area. Mid-City is a big shopping area again there. There's a Foot Locker on the left hand side. That looks a pretty big one. So the streets are full of workers, tourists, and people just having a good time. So I hope you're enjoying all these videos we're bringing you from Australia in full 4K for your enjoyment. If you are enjoying them, give us a thumbs up, drop me some comments, and of course subscribe to our channel. And make sure you check out all the other videos that we've got. So this is the Myer Centre. Myer are closing a lot of places in Australia. I believe they just closed the main one on Queen Street Mall in Brisbane. Over on the left we've got the Westfield Shopping Centre. And we are about to approach Market Street. I'm going to hang it right on Market Street, go down to George. So on the corner of George and Market is the Queen Victoria building. It's well worth a visit. We're going to head north along George to Circular Quay. There's a dog on a guy's shoulder there. To get used to walking on the left-hand side of the pavement here in Sydney. Used to walking in America where you walk on the right-hand side of the pavement. So over there is the State, do live concerts. And coming up on the right-hand side we've got the Swiss Hotel Sydney. And we've just got the rear end of the Myer Centre here. People kind of rush in and different things. Stunning view of the Queen Victoria building there on the corner. And that just looks stunning every day. And we're now on George Street, right outside the Queen Victoria building. So this is the new light rail here on George Street. A very convenient way from Circular Quay and heading south towards Chinatown and then to different areas within the suburbs of Sydney. So join us on this walk now. We're going to head down George Street to Circular Quay. So what have we got here? The Sunglasses Hut, Priceline Pharmacy, General Pants Company, and a small Coles local supermarket.
I don't have that.
We need to just get over on the left hand side here so we can walk down properly. Across the road there is Dimrocks. That's the Dimrocks building. Promenade of shops along there. Sandwiches, coffee. St George Bank, we're just passing at the moment. So jewellery shop here, Michael Hill. And we've got a lot of designer shops, Oakley. And we're coming up to RM Williams. So RM Williams, I do have a hat from RM Williams and a shirt. That's a pretty inclusive brand here in Australia. So RM Williams, established in 1932. Let's have a quick look in here. So a lot of leather goods and all different things there. And there's a crocodile belt, which is what I've got as well. Yeah, you like. Who remembers George Street when it was bustling with the blue Sydney buses speeding up and down? Got a homeless guy here on the pavement. And we are coming up to Apple. Apple of California. Here on George Street in Sydney. Always busy in the Apple stores. That's the L2 light rail. And we're about to cross King Street in a minute. Up here we've got Louis Vuitton. And who remembers Return to Eden back in the 80s? That's the Harper Mine building. So just passing Louis Vuitton. Next shop to it is Max Mara. Window displays at Louis Vuitton are spectacular as usual. Over on the right hand side you've got Cartier. So a lot of big brands all down here on George Street. Looks so different from what it was years and years ago when we were last here in 2019. They'd still not opened the light rail up. It reminds you a lot of Melbourne, or I think it looks much better than Melbourne. The buildings again are amazing. Look at all the architecture up there and the old clock. It's starting getting pretty warm now. Just approaching Barrack Street. And we've got Burberry here on the corner. That's a huge building. Again, the architecture up there is unbelievable. Look at all the detail. Okay, we'll continue walking down George Street. Hear the bells at Martin Place. So we're in the mid-city area of Sydney. And we're looking across there at Martin Place. And let's have a look at the clock tower at Martin Place. Okay, so up here we've got the Bank of New South Wales. And we're at 341 George Street, Sydney, Australia. So this is the L2 heading to Randwick. So as you've guessed, if you're at Circular Quay, you wanted to get to Chinatown, which do you get on? actually get on either of them. They'll all head to Chinatown before they head off in different places. So we're coming up to a little convenience store here, city convenience store. And as you can see, the timetables up here shows the next light rail to Circular Quay. It's going to be 1 minute. So we should see a light rail coming this way in about 1 minute time. And we've got the Bar Totties, and this is the Wynyard station. So Wynyard you would actually get off for Barangaroo. And there we go, light rail arriving. We're just passing Nike. I've not seen a Skechers store yet. I do believe there's quite a few Skechers stores throughout here, the Sydney area. Need to just get over again onto the left hand side of the pavement so we can flow easily. And what have we got down here? We've got the Telstra. And what this shop is, Lululemon clothes shop. There's a Dyson store over there.
How much? 199.
Big souvenir shop coming up on the left hand side in a minute. It's getting a bit quieter as we get closer to Circular Quay, away from the mid-city area. So in the souvenirs they've got Ugg boots, sheepskins, Aboriginal art, kangaroos, koalas, whatever you needed. Again, the buildings are huge here in Sydney. So on the corner here is Lorna Jane, which is a clothes shop. And coming up in front of us is Specsavers. So there you go, Specsavers up there. And this is the Met Centre. Sports Girl on the left. And coming up on the left in a minute, we've got the Grand Palace, an Indian restaurant. George and Matilda Eye Care Company on the left hand side. Just approaching now Jameson Street. And this is the Bridge Street station for the light rail. It's the L2 Randwick train. Nice and cool walking down George Street today. All the buildings are keeping the midday sun off us. So I hope you're enjoying this video walking down George Street today as much as we are. Just got a couple of blocks down and then we're in Circular Quay. And that's also where the light rail terminates, where you can then head on to the ferries if you want to do that. Coming up to Bridge Street. Bridge Street goes all the way over there to Elizabeth. And this one's Grosvenor Street. Okay, we're going to continue across Grosvenor Street. Light rail heading down into Circular Quay. So we're currently staying at the Holiday Inn, Market Street Haymarket, over at Darling Harbour. And it is a very, very easy way now to get back to the hotel from Circular Quay. Get off at Chinatown and it's a 2-block walk. So very easy to get back to the hotel over there. Like a little coffee and donut place here. This one's called Georgie Boys Coffee Company. And we're approaching Essex Street. Almost down to Circular Quay. We've got the Sunglass Hut on the left hand side. Past that is Watches of Switzerland. And coming up in a minute is the Four Seasons Hotel, which is a very good located hotel looking out over Circular Quay. So yeah, there we go, the Four Seasons Hotel here on George Street. And there we go, we've made it to Circular Quay, where the light rail connects the ferry service here in Sydney. So if you enjoyed the video today, give me a thumbs up, drop me some comments, and of course subscribe to our channel. And we will see you on the next video here in Sydney.